one step closer to being able to resolve things healthily is hello, welcome back. Ignore this big fat bruise. I bashed into a door frame, if you're wondering, and I do sound a little stuffy, but I thought I would do big sister advice today. So basically advice I would give anyone else in terms of relationships. You get comfy. Yeah, I don't know, am I too far away? The first thing is you're separate people. You have different needs and different wants, and say during conflict, like, I need physical touch, whereas someone else might not. Watch how they carry themselves around other people. Now this is kind of in the sense of like, if they see an ex, if they see a colleague, if they see their friends, like, I think it's very important to see how they deal with different people. You know those type of guys that you can get that, like, when they're around their mates, they're a completely different person, way more immature, and then the girlfriend's like, hold on, that's not you, that's not what you show me day to day, that's not the version of you that I fell in love with, that's not the version of you that I am with. Choose someone who you can be really bored with. Like, me and Jake can just sit on the sofa on our phones and it's like not that deep. We don't, because we don't live together, so we do sometimes sit on our phones, but like we don't like to, because I like to spend the time that I do have with him, like with him. If you can just be bored with someone, there's going to be times where you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, or like there's times where you just want to sit there and read or sit there and scroll, and it's good to be able to do that with someone that doesn't make it feel awkward or uncomfortable, or like you're out of place, or like it's a problem. Obviously if you're constantly on your phone when you're around someone, that's going to become a problem, but being able to like just relax and not have to do everything, not having to do something every single time you see them is quite crucial. You can't maintain a relationship just on love. This one, like, this sort of advice makes me a bit sad, because like it's that situation where sometimes you love someone but they're not right for you, and to break up with someone that you still love is obviously a horrific conversation to be had, or someone that always had good intentions, like wasn't malicious whatsoever, but obviously sometimes people do just get to a point where it's like, I can't be with you anymore. You enjoy being with them, you feel safe with them, you have fun, you go out and do stuff, you actually like them as a person. Make sure you can resolve conflict healthily. Yeah, this is obviously a hard one to get around, because there's probably a lot of time that has to go into it, because conflict obviously doesn't come in one form, it comes in many different forms and different, obviously, like categories, I guess you'd say, of like arguments. Like some might be communication, some might be like in a social setting, some might be due to external factors, internal factors. How you come away from that conflict, I think, is what matters. Are you able to apologise? Are you able to come out of it and be like, let's just sweep it under the rug? Are you stubborn? Like, just even like one step closer to being able to resolve things healthily is just figuring out the style in which you recover from an argument. Like, if you, like I said, wanted to be left alone, consistency is key. I know obviously I wasn't going to say communication is key, because I'm sure you've heard it before, but consistency is another one, because consistency in actions is really important. Consistency in words is important. And by the way, I am making this video knowing that I have many flaws in my relationship, and I mess up, I overreact, I don't deal well with all of my arguments. Like, there's so many things I could critique myself on. I'm not coming from a place of like, I am perfect, I'm not. But yeah, just making sure that like there's not too much of a negative pattern. Like, if you're noticing a pattern, it's like, come on. Sorry, I do feel a little bit like stuffy, especially because of this hot weather. It's been brutal. Two truths can exist at once. You can have a healthy relationship and be depressed, be insecure and have doubts to an extent. Like, you could still be insecure about yourself. You can still be insecure and be like, have abandonment issues. Obviously, are you in the best place to be in a relationship if you have abandonment issues, or you're scared of someone cheating on you no matter who they are? Possibly not the best time, but I will say that like, you can have a healthy relationship and then have negative things going on in the relationship. It's the way you deal with it. You can be grieving and still be in a healthy relationship. You can be insecure and still be in a healthy relationship. Obviously the doubts bit, like, you can have doubts and be like, what if this, what if that? It does not mean that like you want to break up with them. Don't think that just because you're insecure or you think they're going to cheat on you means that like, oh, it's like, oh, I've just got to break up with them, I can't deal with it. You can get through stuff like that. Obviously, if it's not based on literal evidence of like them, I don't know, cheating or something. Safety emotionally. This one is like one of the most important things to me. Like, I have to be safe emotionally. And I don't really know how to explain that feeling, because I think when you know, you know. With my partner, I feel very, very safe emotionally. Like, to the point where I don't really cry on my own unless something really triggers me, I guess. But when I'm with him, it's like emotions come out, and I think that's really important, that you could be with someone that you feel comfortable to have those emotions with. Obviously, there will be times where you feel a bit awkward, or you're like, oh, I just don't want to cry in front of everyone. It's good to have someone that you know you can lean on emotionally. Your nervous system is safe to do so. Finding someone with drive and goals and wants is very important, in my opinion. But ironically, like last year and the year before, I didn't really have many. I kind of left sixth form, and then, I don't know, I just kind of was in this weird like in-between phase where I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life, and I just was in a bit of like a mid-grey area. That's, I guess, not the whole point in life, but like half. Like, reaching a goal and achieving stuff and wanting to improve yourself. Like, there shouldn't really be a reason why someone wouldn't want to improve themselves. Or even if it's just for yourself, like, imagine having a life where you're so much happier and content in yourself and your life and what you do in life and what you fulfill it with. Don't let things bottle up. I know that's really hard to do, but please don't. It will damage your relationship. There's been a lot of times where we've bottled stuff up, but again, that is a lot of these will just happen in relationships, but at the same time, it's like, it's not a good thing to do. Like, letting things bottle up is what it is, but it's not what you should do, because trust me, it's going to feel a lot nicer just saying this one little thing than waiting for it to build up over a period of time, patterns, because then not only are you annoyed, you will then be annoyed that he's not realised his own pattern. Well, I say his because obviously I'm in a relationship with a guy, but it will apply to anyone. And then you're also going to be annoyed that they didn't realise. Like, no, they didn't realise, you're going to be annoyed, they're going to be annoyed that you didn't tell them. There's going to be a load of different things into it, and it's just like, make your life easier, please, in a relationship, because that is meant to be your home, essentially. That is your person, your home, your safe space. And then to have that in jeopardy at times is really, it really just sucks. You are equal. No one's above each other. There's always going to be times where you might feel small. Someone, you might be like, oh, that was a bit egotistical, but you are equal in your value and everything like that, definitely. Like, there's no reason why someone should be above the other, unless that's something you're into. It's okay to have rough patches. Obviously, this goes to, like, this, how do I word it? It's hard to say, because obviously a rough patch, I'm not talking like someone cheats. I'm talking like, you know when you just get those patches where you're stuck in this rut of, sometimes you do get stuck in this vicious cycle of arguing, because once you argue once, then you're annoyed at the person, so maybe if they did something that you wouldn't usually get annoyed at, you'd get annoyed at, and then it just kind of snowballs, and then you will have a point where you come back and reunite, and it's great. You have separate lives outside the relationship. Your lives are not one. You have hobbies, you have friends. Maybe you don't, but don't let that person dictate your life. You have separate lives. I feel like some people depend on their partners too much. There is a line, I believe there's a line, and a lot of people cross it. You go out with your friends, they go out with their friends, you have your hobby, they have their hobby. Even if you are together doing separate things, I think it's really important that you don't do every single thing with that person. You can. I'm just saying, like, if you have friends and you have hobbies, please do them. Like, don't think that, oh, it's almost like sometimes I used to worry about, like, oh, I'm running out of time with that person, or like, I don't want to waste that time not on them, you know? Like, if he's coming over, it's like, well, I don't want to do this because he's here, I want to save that time. But the reality is, I mean, I know tomorrow's never promised, but you're probably going to see that person a lot more times. So don't let, like, I don't know, sometimes it kind of feels like it's like you have to make everything really special and feel good, but you don't have to. Like, you can just relax and chill. Ensure apologies are followed through with improvements. admittingly, I'm quite bad. Like, I'm still working on, like, if I apologise and then follow through with it, but my brain literally goes blank a lot of the time and I don't really remember anything. I can say something and not know why I've said it, I've just said it. But I think self-improvement is good, and like I said earlier, the first step to it is just finding out how to do it, or looking at yourself and going, what could I improve on? Because there's always something to improve on. They can be a good person but still not be the right person for you. Again, so sad. Like, I hate, that is just horrible, to be in a situation where you know they're a good person, just not for you. Horrible. I don't even want to speak about it because I'm like, it's just, I feel like if someone cheats on you, it can be like, you know, F you for doing that to me. And you break up with them and it's like, they're just out the scene, hopefully. But then if it's like they're a good person, it just doesn't feel right. It's like, really? I think my camera's overheating. I've literally got one more. Remember why you like them. Sometimes we get wrapped in our heads of how we're perceived or whether they're interested. Don't always focus on how you feel. Also look at how they perceive you. No, the other way around. Don't always look at how they perceive you. Also think about like what you feel about them. Sometimes we get really wrapped up in like, oh, what do they think of me? What do they think of me? Do they think I'm pretty? Do they think I'm nice or smart? And then you gotta think, well, do you like them? Do you find them attractive? Do you think they're smart? Do you think they're a good person? Do you think they have good morale? And I feel like, yeah, just pay attention to that as well. But I will love you and leave you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.